Hello, and welcome to Talking Female Health with Amy and Lisa. I'm Lisa Yara, and I'm here with Amy Connor, my lovely co-host. And we are both women's health specialists trained in all kinds or everything related to women's or female pelvic health. And we thought that there are so many discussions and conversations to be had. I mean, we find ourselves to be in conversation all the time about dark and taboo topics like, why is it important how you poo in the bathroom, how you poop in the bathroom? And we thought that you might be interested in why that is. So we decided to create this podcast. And in case you ever have got any question to something with regards to something that we share, or also just some topic that you are interested in that you've never heard someone speak about, please send us messages. We would love to discuss the topics that you are most excited about or interested in. And with this, hi, Amy, maybe you would like to also welcome our listeners and viewers.
Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here and to be creating this with you. And as Lisa just said, we are here to address the taboo and to really change the narratives or challenge the narratives around women's health and well-being, because there's a lot of misconception and mistruths out there that are doing more harm than good. So one of the things that we want to bring to light in our discussions is probably to challenge the way you think about things and to bring things to the light and really just have fun and informative discussions. And as Lisa said, we'll be talking about poop and everything else. So really, really excited to start this journey. And I'll just start by telling you a little bit about myself. So I have to think about this. I'm 38 years old and I'm a dog mum to two. I'm married to Tom, and my journey into this wonderful world of health and well-being for women really started, as I think many do, with my own personal experience of ill health and disease, and really just struggling for decades with my own menstrual health, my digestive health, like everything really, because everything affects everything. If you've got a physical illness, it's going to affect your mental health as well. So yeah, and really just going through my own journey and learning things the hard way, as they say. And I was diagnosed with endometriosis in 2016, and I had a hysterectomy in the same year. And yeah, just really passionate about supporting others through these experiences and to have the conversations that need to be had. Like, I always think about the work that I do as being that person that I wish I'd met when my world was falling apart and I was really struggling with my health and I'd lost my womb and just feeling the lowest of the low. So that's really where I'm coming from, just to be the person, to be the source that I needed. Haven't got all the answers, but just to be there for others that are experiencing similar, because there are so many women that Lisa and I speak to that are going through very similar challenges, but there's just no space being held for them or conversations being had around their experiences. So that's me. And Lisa, would you like to give us a little bit more about yourself?
Thank you. Yeah. And you're speaking to something like, we don't have the absolute truth either, but we have some ideas of how you can think and work through how you can find your own truth in this and a way of living and doing things that works for you, so that you feel supported, so that you enjoy your life. Because I mean, we've got just one precious life, and everything around us is set up to belittle and shame us and make life not worth living. So the greatest revolution that we can actually take is by turning within and being as inwardly free and liberated as we can be.
Absolutely.
So my journey began in 2017, I'd say, where I hit my rock bottom. I had severe OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, anorexia, orthorexia. For those of you who don't know, that's the obsession with healthy eating, where healthy is whatever my brain makes to be healthy. It's not objectively healthy. And I went into a mental health clinic for 3 months because I knew it couldn't go on like this, but I didn't want to give up. So something needed to change. And in that clinic, I found that at the end, everyone called me co-therapist. So there was something about me and listening to them and being in conversation with them that supported them on their journey. And I was like, maybe I should overthink my career in finance and instead do something with people. And now I find myself several years later, having gone through a long journey, getting to know or acquainted with my own cycle, first with the moon cycle, then with my menstrual cycle, with my body, so that now I'm at a place where I can say I have made peace with my body. I've started befriending my body. I understand what she's telling me. Not always, of course, but I have a fairly good idea. And really getting into this sphere of women's or female health, because it's so overlooked and underrated. There is little to no research. Menopause is still seen as a disease or even called a disease by medical professionals. Menstrual health challenges considered the norm rather than a common experience that is not normal. And that's why I'm so passionate about supporting women and non-binary menstruators to really reclaim this power that lives inside of their body, especially in the cycles. And by that, withdrawing from these oppressive structures that are all around us and turning within and finding other like-minded people so that we can go on a path of the quiet revolution.
Yeah. Brilliant. Oh, I got all the jingles when you were talking then. Like, yeah.
It's been a way.
Yeah.
So this is actually also my hope for this podcast, and maybe Amy, you can speak to that in a moment, but really that you as the listener or as the watcher understand that there is power in your body, that there is magic in your body, that it's something to team up with, rather than what we are often led to believe, another thing we have to take care of that becomes another responsibility or liability that is very often uncomfortable. We often don't feel safe in our body because it can be exploited, it can be misused, it can be abused, it can feel hard with all sorts of big emotions taking place. And so I really hope this to be a place of solace where you can return to your own wisdom and start learning about your body and the processes that are going on inside, and find out for yourself what's healthy for you, not some kind of objective healthy, because I'm not sure that exists.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, like absolutely. And for me as well, one of my intentions and hopes for this podcast is that it brings the listeners hope, because there is so much bullshit that we are told about our bodies, about the female body in particular. You know, you've touched on menopause, and the narratives that we're given are so toxic and negative that it's a struggle. And it's so easy when you're in that place of, you know, struggling with your health in whatever way that is. You have little resources because you're using the resources that you have to focus on getting yourself better. And when you're in that place of needing support and needing additional resources, when you reach out to other avenues for support and all you're getting told is the negatives, whether that's social media, searching on Google, listening to daytime TV, you're getting told these narratives that you're doomed. Like, this is it. This is what the women's body does, and this is how bad it is. And, periods are painful, sex are painful. We're not meant to have pleasure. Menopause is the beginning of the end. All of these things that we're told. I have a young niece, and she didn't want to start her menstrual cycle because she saw it as a burden, like an inconvenience. It's going to be painful. And when I look at her and think, well, yeah, because that's all she's witnessed. She's witnessed the women in our family struggle, or not all the women, but you only really talk about it if you're struggling with it. So so really, one of my big intentions for this podcast is that it gives you hope to start to, as Lisa said, like, go within to the wisdom of the body, understand how your body works and what it needs, and really start to plant those seeds that you are amazing and your body is amazing. You are capable of wonderful and amazing creative things. Sometimes we just have to take a step back, unlearn and relearn. And I really hope that the conversations that we have in this podcast are a catalyst to that for those who are listening. And it can also be a really lonely process if you're experiencing something that is embarrassing and a taboo topic, and you don't have a support network around you that are open to having these conversations with you. Like, as Lisa said earlier on, reach out to us. Like, we will happily have a conversation between ourselves around what's coming up for you, whatever that is, and give you nuggets of advice and different ways of seeing and viewing that situation that hopefully are going to give you that hope that you need to really fall in love with yourself. Because I think, from my own personal journey, when I first started, back when I was completely resentful of my body, out of love with it, it was this huge burden that I had to literally lug
May I
around with me.
ask, you say you were out of love. Do you ever remember a time when you were in love with your body before you went on that journey? Because I've asked myself that question.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's a really interesting question. And I have asked myself that as well. And I think that there was a time, because the other thing that the listeners need to know is that I have nieces and nephews that I call my nibblings, that I worship, and I learned so much from them. And my youngest nibblings are 7 months and 3 years old, and they love themselves. They've got no hang-ups about their appearance, their body. So I don't remember a time where I loved myself, but I know it was there.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful to my nibblings, because observing them, connecting with them, learning from them has helped me remember that there must have been that time when I didn't feel that I had to hide my belly, or I didn't have to look or act in a certain way to be accepted and lovable. So that's a really, really good question, because I don't remember it, but I know that it was there, and I could reconnect to that. Really good question, Lisa, because I was so disconnected from everything. And now I am so grateful for my body. You know, I celebrate it even when it's been difficult, you know, like even when things are happening, I'm thinking, okay, so why? What's the message here? Why is this happening? What do I need to do? What do I need to learn from this experience? How can I honor my body? Like, and the wisdom that she has, because, you know, she's a portal to so much deep wisdom and knowledge that I never knew I had. Yeah, so those are my hopes and dreams and intentions for this podcast.
Yeah, and I want to add to the piece of hope, and we hope that this is going to bring you hope, but also belief. The belief that you are capable of getting there. Because that's what we often, the message that we get is there's nothing you can do. You just have to accept the way it is. You've just lost a child, just accept it, get over it.
Oh, God,
you are in menopause and experiencing symptoms, just get over it. Everyone has to go through this. And this leaves us in a feeling of immense powerlessness. And I don't think there is any worse feeling than one of powerlessness. And we hope that this is going to give you the necessary conviction that you indeed have agency and power, personal power from within in your life to redesign your life in a way that suits you, and that you're allowed to do that.
Giving you permission. Oh, that feels good.
So I think this is quite a good introduction for us. And we hope that you will reach out with whatever's on your heart. We are here for, as Amy shared, conversations between the two of us on topics you are interested in, but we're of course also open for conversations with you in our emails or direct messages or wherever you contact us. So feel free to reach out. I'm like, my personal preference is email. It's lisa@lisa-yara.com, and I will leave that in the show notes for sure. You can find more about me on my website, and I'm also infrequently active on Instagram and Facebook. But if you want to make sure to reach me, send me an email. How about you, Amy? Where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm the same. I am slowly distancing myself from social media, but I do have an Instagram account, which is @vaginatruthbomb, and my email is amy@vaginatruthbomb.com.
Amazing. So with all of that, have a lovely day, everyone. And speak to you next time.
See you next time. Bye.